Okay, we're going to look at a new topic called simultaneous equations. And there's a lot involved with this particular topic. To get going with it, if you can imagine, let's say we had an equation which was x plus 1 is equal to 6. Could it be true at that point that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4? Well, that could be true because you would have 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. But what if I said, well, x is equal to 1, y equals 5? Well, it could also be true because 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. Or if I said that x was equal to 6 and y is equal to 0, well, that could also be true because you get 6 plus 0, which also gives you 6. So those three scenarios gave you x plus y is equal to 6. Now it means if we've got one equation and we've got two things in the equation that we don't know, so an x and a y, it's impossible to say with one equation what x and y is with any certainty. Now we could take a guess, and it might very well be true that x plus y could be 2 plus 4 equals 6, but it could be 1 plus 5 equals 6, or 6 plus 0 equals 6, or 3 plus 3 is equal to 6, and so on. Now the point being that if we've only got one equation, and we've got two things in the equation we don't know, like for example x and y, then it's impossible to say what x and y is. Now, if we've got two unknowns, it is possible to work out what those unknowns are if we've got two equations. And what happens then is you solve them simultaneously, and that's called simultaneous equations. So we're going to look at some early examples of this to get going and seeing what's involved with this. Okay, so let's say there's an example 1, and I had x plus y is equal to 7. And let's say we had 3x plus y is equal to 13. So let's say that I called that equation 1 and I called that equation 2. Now, using the information that I've got, I want to find out what x is and I want to find out what y is. Now, since we've got two equations, so there's two things we want to know, two unknowns, x and y, but we've got two equations. Since we've got two equations, then we can do that. Now what we need to do is we need to use something called elimination. Now elimination is when you eliminate one of the letters from the equation, and that's a good starting point to find out what one of the letters is equal to, and you can then find out what the second letter is equal to. Okay, so we've got x plus y is equal to 7, and we also know that 3x plus y is equal to 13. Okay, now what we can see here is that we've got two y's, one in each equation. Now we could eliminate those y's by subtracting. So if you can imagine, if you had £5 in the bank, you would get rid of it by spending £5. Well, if you've got y, you could eliminate it by taking away y. Okay, so what we could do then is take one equation away from the other. So I'm going to do equation 2, take away equation 1. So everything in equation 1 is going to be subtracted from equation 2. Okay, so in equation 2 I've got 3x, so 3x take away x would give me 2x. And then y take away y, well that would just cancel out, leave me with nothing. And then I've got an equal sign, and then 13 take away 7 is 6. I then bring the 2 down and divide, and that will be x equals 6 divided by 2, and x is equal to 3. So I know that x is equal to 3. Okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is work out what y is. Now what I need to do then is to substitute. So I'm going to write sub for short. I need to substitute x equals 3 into one of the equations. Now it doesn't matter which one, so I just choose any equation. I'm going to choose equation 1, so I'm going to substitute x equals 3 into equation 1. There's equation 1. Now that means that I can do a swap. I know that x is equal to 3, so where I see x, I can replace it with 3. So instead of having x plus y equals 7, instead of x I can write 3. So instead of x plus y equals 7, it's now 3 plus y equals 7. Okay, I can then take 3 from both sides and I'll end up with y equals 4. So I've worked out that x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 4. Now let's just check, does that work? X equals 3, y equals 4. Well, 3 plus 4 would give me 7. If x is 3 but it's 3x, what's 3 3s? So that's 3 3s are 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. So it worked there and it worked there, so that technique worked. Now, if you just show a wee bit of patience with this stuff, we'll go through several examples and you'll get a feel for what you're doing with it. So you've got two equations, two unknowns, in this case x and y, and you had to calculate x and y. So I'm just going to go through that process again for what we did with that question. Okay, we knew that x plus y was equal to 7, 3x plus y is equal to 13. Okay, we could then use this process called elimination to eliminate the y's. Okay, we eliminate the y's by taking them away, so I decided to do equation 2, take away equation 1, and I listed that here. So everything in equation 1 is subtracted from equation 2, so 3x take away x would give me 2x. Y take away y cancelled out, and then 13 take away 7 gave me 6. Bring the 2 down, divide, x equals 6 divided by 2, and that's 3. I then need to find out what y is. So what I do is I take that x equals 3 and I sub it back into one of the equations, and I subbed it into equation 1. X plus y is equal to 7. So x equals 3, 3 plus y is equal to 7. 3 from both sides, and y is equal to 4. Okay, let's try equation 2. Get 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. And 5x plus 3y is equal to 8. Call that equation 1 and that equation 2. Okay, so I'm going to look to do this thing called elimination again. Okay, so I'm going to look to eliminate the x's or eliminate the y's. I think by looking at it, it's a much easier task to eliminate the y's. So I've got 5x and I take away 2x, I'm left with 3x, but if I've got 3y and I take away 3y, I'm eliminating that, I'm cancelling it out. That would be another way of saying it. So how would you eliminate 3y? You would eliminate it by taking one of the equations away, so let's try that. So I could do equation 1 take away 2, or I could do equation 2 take away 1, so I'm going to go for equation 2 take away 1. So 5x take away 2x would be 3x. 3y take away 3y cancels out, and then 8 take away 5 would be 3. I then bring my 3 down and divide, and I'll get x equals 3 divided by 3, and that's x equals 1. Okay, I now need to find out what y is equal to, so I'm going to sub x equals 1 into one of the equations. It doesn't matter which one, so at random I'm just going to choose equation 1. So I know that x is equal to 1, so I can do a swap. Where I see x, I can replace it with 1. Okay, so equation 1, remember, is 2x plus 3y equals 5. 2x plus 3y equals 5. Remember that x equals 1. So that would be 2 lots of 1 plus 3y is equal to 5. 2 lots of 1 plus 3y is equal to 5. 2 lots of 1 is 2. 2 plus 3y is equal to 5. I can then take 2 off of both sides, and that will leave me with 3y is equal to 3. Bring the 3 down, divide. 3 divided by 3, and y is equal to 1. And you can see that I followed the exact same steps from example 1. Okay, we're just going to take our time and try several more quite simple and straightforward and repetitive examples. So let's go for an example 3. So 4x plus 3y is equal to 14. I'll call that equation 1. And 2x plus 3y is equal to 10, and I'll call that equation 2. So I'm going to look to eliminate something, and it makes sense to eliminate the y's. So again, how would I eliminate 3y? I would eliminate it by taking one of the equations away. So let's do equation 1, take away equation 2. Now I could do equation 2, take away equation 1. If I did that, I would have 2x take away 4x is minus 2x, which is fine. But if I do 1 take away 2, I'll get 4x take away 2x, which is 2x, which is maybe slightly easier, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going for equation 1, take away equation 2. So anything in equation 1, I'm going to subtract equation 2. So I've got in equation 1 4x, so it's going to be 4x take away 2x, that's 2x. I've got 3y take away 3y, they'll cancel out. Get me cosine, I've got 14 take away 10, which is 4. I'll then bring the 2 down, divide, and that's 4 divided by 2. X is equal to 2. I'm now going to sub that x equals 2 into one of the equations. It doesn't matter which ones. This time I'm going to sub it into equation 2. So where I see x, I'm going to replace it with 2. So instead of 2 lots of x, it's 2 lots of 2. 2 lots of 2 plus 3y is equal to 10. I've then got 4 plus 3y equals 10. 4 off of both sides. And I'll have 3y is equal to 6. Bring 3 down, divide. Y equals 6 divided by 3. And y is equal to 2. Final answer, x equals 2, y equals 2. Okay, let's go for 4a plus 5b is equal to 9, and 4a plus 10b is equal to 14, equation 1, equation 2. Now, what one does it look like it's easier to eliminate? It's definitely the a's. Okay, so how do I eliminate 4a? I'm going to eliminate it by taking it away. So again, it's going to be subtracting equations. So let's go for equation 2, take away equation 1. Okay, 4a take away 4a cancels out. 10b take away 5b is 5b, and that's equal to 14 take away 9, which is 5. Bring the 5 down, divide. 5 divided by 5, and b is equal to 1. I'm going to sub b equals 1 into one of the equations, and I'm going to sub it into equation 1. So where I see b, I'm going to replace it with 1. 4a plus 5 lots of 1 equals 9. 4a plus 5 equals 9. 5 off both sides. 4 equals 4. Bring the 4 down, divide. A equals 4 over 4, and a equals 1. So b equals 1, a equals 1. Okay, let's try another example. Let's go for 6t plus 3v is equal to 33. Call that equation 1. And 6t plus v equals 23, equation 2. Okay, what one am I going to look to eliminate? Is it going to be v's or t's? Well, it's definitely going to be easier to eliminate t's. Okay, so let's do equation 1, take away equation 2. 6t take away 6t cancels out. 3v take away v is 2v. 33 take away 23 is 10. Bring the 2 down, divide. V equals 10 divided by 2, and v equals 5. Okay, I'm then going to sub v equals 5 into one of the equations. Again, just to repeat, it doesn't matter which one, so let's sub it into equation 2. Where I see v, I'll replace it with 5. So then that's 6t plus 5 equals 23. 5 off of both sides. 6t equals 18. Bring the 6 down and divide. T equals 18 divided by 6. T is equal to 3. Okay, let's try another example. Let's go for 4p plus 2q is equal to minus 6, equation 1, and 3p plus 2q is equal to minus 4 equation 2. So there's just a slight new dimension and potentially a complication here, which is negative numbers, but let's just follow our routine. Okay, so we're going to look to get rid of the 2q's. So I'll get rid of 2q by subtracting. So let's do equation 1, take away equation 2. 4p, take away 3p is p. 2q, take it away 2q, that cancels out. And then minus 4. And really just be careful here, I've got minus 4 minus 6. So I've got minus 6 and I'm taking away minus 4. So I'm just going to write that out. Minus 6 minus 4. Remember that the two negatives there will turn into plus, so that's minus 6 plus 4, and that's minus 2. So let's just go over that again. So I'm subtracting 1, take away 2. So it's going to be minus 6 minus 4, minus 6 minus 4, minus 6 plus 4, that's minus 2. P equals minus 2. Okay, I'm then going to sub p equals minus 2 into one of the equations. So at random, I'm going to sub p equals minus 2 into equation 2. So where I see p, I'm going to replace with minus 2 and equation 2. So it's going to be 3 lots of minus 2 plus 2q is equal to minus 4. 3 lots of minus 2 is minus 6. That's minus 6 plus 2q equals minus 4. I'll get rid of minus 6 by adding it to both sides. That'll leave me with 2q equals, let's be careful, minus 4 plus 6 is 2. Q is then equal to 2 divided by 2, and final answer is q equals 1. Okay, let's try one more example here. Let's go for 3a plus 4b is equal to minus 16, equation 1, and 5a plus 4b is equal to minus 24, equation 2. Okay, I'm going to eliminate the b's. So how do I get rid of 4b? By subtracting one from the other. So I'm going to do equation 2, take away equation 1. 5a take away 3a is 2a. 4b take away 4b cancels out. I'm then going to be really careful. I've got minus 24 and I'm going to take away minus 16. So minus 24 minus 16. Really take your time with that. 2 minuses there will be a plus, so it's minus 24 plus 16, which is minus 8. I'm then going to bring the 2 down, divide. A will be equal to minus 8 over 2, and a is equal to minus 4. I'm now going to sub a equals minus 4 into one of the equations. I'm going to sub it into equation 1. So it's just a random choice. I could sub it in equation 2. So where I see a, I'm going to replace it with minus 4. So 3 lots of a, 3 lots of minus 4 plus 4b equals minus 16. Minus 12 plus 4b equals minus 16. I'm going to get rid of the minus 12 by adding 12 to both sides. And that will be 4b equals minus 16 plus 12 is minus 4. Bring the 4 down, divide. B equals minus 4 over 4, and b equals minus 1. Final answer.